Code RealTime 3.3. Here we have focused a lot on diagram editing, so there is now support for routing lines manually in all kinds of diagrams. We also introduced new ways how you can pan diagrams, which work better if you have a big and zoomed in diagram where the diagram background is not easily accessible. We've also improved the contrast in colors used, in particular for inherited and excluded elements, so that they appear better on both light and dark themes. Previously, there were some cases where the labels were a bit hard to read due to not enough contrast in the colors. We've also improved a feature that was demoed in last sprint demo, that is layout validation. So this feature is about detecting if there is some corruption in your diagram settings, something that, for example, could happen if you make a faulty merge of a layout file. But the previous implementation turned out to be a bit slow, so now we have improved it so that we only validate diagrams that are open. That significantly improves the performance in the tool. We also have now enforce a minimal size of symbols. So previously you could by mistake make a symbol so small that it actually became hard to select it and resize it back again. Now that is fixed. And then we've also continued our improvements for class diagrams that we can generate for C++ code. So we now can open these diagrams on specific cursor positions to only show, for example, one class of a file. You can collapse and expand the compartments of the class symbols, so you can decide with more flexibility what you want to see. And we also have a special visualization for abstract classes using italic font, same as we do for Model RealTime. We've also improved how we can clean TCs. So now when you do a clean of a TC, either from the user interface or from the art compiler, prerequisite TCs are automatically clean too. So this makes it easier to do builds that are fully clean in case you need that. And then another area where there were many improvements is tracing and sequence diagrams. So just a reminder that this applies both for Code RealTime and Model RealTime users, since tracing is implemented in the target RTS, and also Model RealTime users can benefit from the sequence diagram visualization that is present in Code RealTime. So for example, we have now a support for capturing synchronous message communication, that is invoke reply, and there is a visualization for them in the diagrams. We can sort the traces based on the time when messages were received, which gives a more natural way to look at sequence diagrams. There is more information in trace configurations. For example, we now capture the program arguments that was passed to the program, and you can customize the name of the trace file. The external lifeline that is present in case you have any external ports handling messages from the environment is now colorized in purple to make it stand out from others. There is timing information in tooltips so that you can quickly see how much time it takes to handle a certain message. And there is navigation now from the trace file, a textual trace file, to the sequence diagram. Previously, we only had it in the opposite direction. Now we also in the demo show a utility how you can convert these trace files into a Google Trace Event format, which is a popular trace event format used in many other applications actually. And there is also a nice web visualizer for that trace format that shows them in a different way than the sequence diagram.